sure to give this video a thumbs up down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. It helps us a lot. Here we go. Alrighty guys, so like I said, this is my 1996 Dodge Ram 3500. It does have the 12 valve Cummins turbo diesel in it, obviously, as you can hear. Like I said, the truck was a dually when I bought it, so I pulled the dually bed off and put a single rear wheel box on. I pulled the front like 5-inch wheel spacers on that space out the dually wheels. Basically kept the stock rear axle, that is a Dana 80 with limited slip, and I basically just put on you know, just normal 2500 wheels and tires. So got an old Impala going by. Anyway, I did that last year, 2017. Wasn't that big of a deal. The box I got was off my brother's truck, which is actually, the box was red and I painted it white. As you can see, the truck does have the 4th gen Dodge Ram front bumper on it. And I also have the sport style grille off the 2nd gen Rams as well. Kind of matches in with that bumper curve a little better on the bottom. So anyway, like I said, I bought this truck from the original owner. It was bone stock. You know, I knew when I was kind of looking for a vehicle that I wanted it to be unmolested, if you will, and I kind of wanted to do and learn everything all myself, you know, basically starting with a fresh slate. So as you can probably tell, the truck does have a bunch of rust repair. The truck was pretty rusty. The whole bottom of the door, like as you can see here, is rusted out. I did actually put a new fender on this side, all new rocker panels and cab corners all around. You know, cut out the rusty shit, welded in the new pieces of steel, primed it all, and, you know, painted it. So the truck isn't perfect by any means, but it's a good little project that I've, you know, kind of been working on for the past 3 years, I think it's been now. Anyway, I guess we'll get to the performance side of things. As you can see, I do have a stack in the bed, which I'm kind of just testing out as of right now. I am running a 31-inch muffler underneath the stack there, just because I think they're way too loud the way it is. So I personally like quieter. I think a quieter is a lot better. I got some oil and stuff there on the rear fender, that's why it looks dirty. But anyway, the truck has basically an intake on it, 4-inch exhaust that turns into 5-inch kind of underneath, and then obviously just goes to the stack. Nothing special there. As you can see, the truck does have a fast lift pump on it. I bought that second-hand off of a truck my brother had that was being parted out basically, and it worked fine. Figured I'd roll the dice. Fast usually makes really good products. Built right here in America. All the parts are. Unlike other companies, as you can hear, it works beautifully. Supplies plenty of fuel up to the injection pump. You can also kind of see maybe I have custom homemade traction bars or ladder bars, and you guys can actually go back into my later videos and see how I made those and everything you need to make a set for basically any pickup truck. So I guess coming to the back here, it has the factory 3500 tailgate. I didn't get rid of that because it was in nice shape. I put a roll pan on the truck, as you can see. I kind of like that clean look. I guess for what I've been doing with it, it's kind of more of a street performer, you know, if you will, kind of a drag race setup. Wheels and tires, these are Mickey Thompson Deegan 38 wheels. They are 20 inches. And I'm running a set of 305/50 these tires. They have quite a lot of traction over like your conventional, you know, E-rated all-terrain that you find on like a, you know, 3/4 ton or 1 ton diesel pickup, or even a gas truck for that matter. They are, yeah, I mean, they hook up really well, and I like them a lot for what I do with the truck. So I guess coming around, we'll go up to the front here. As you can hear, it's not very loud at all, which I do like that. Got to replace this fender still. Other than that, it's the only little crusty part on the truck. And then once I do that fender, then I'm going to repaint the whole thing myself here, hopefully this summer. Yeah, like I said, it's been a nice little project. I guess we'll go to the engine and performance things that I've done with that. The truck, like I said, was bone stock when I got it. So the first basically couple things that I've done, you know, basically tune up the AFC housing, you know, fuel plate adjustments and different things like that. Those of you that are familiar with the 12 valve Cummins engines, simple little tweaks you can do to get a lot more power out of them in stock form. Obviously, you know, for me at least, the horsepower bug kind of bit me, if you will. And so that wasn't quite enough for me. So I guess we'll start with the injection pump. It is just a 180 horsepower pump. Basically I have governor springs in it, 4K governor springs. I have the timing advanced to 20 degrees. I have 7mm delivery valves in the pump. I'm running a pair of power-driven diesel 5x14 150 horse injectors, and I actually do have their like needle and end tip modifications, so they actually flow more than a normal 5x14 injector. Fueling wise, like I said, it has the fast lift pump with the bean sump on the bottom of the tank there. Engine wise, the truck has got ARP head studs in it. I put those in just stud by stud. It's factory head, factory cam. Engine's never been apart. I've got a BORG WARNER S369 SXE single turbocharger on it. It is a little bit on the big side, at least from what people say. You know, things that you hear and reading around online, people say that it's a pretty big charger. Me personally, I don't think it's big at all. I think it schools great, performs really well, and it doesn't, you know, it's not really that laggy in my eyes. Anyway, I've got T4 manifold on the truck. I think that was a diesel auto power 3-piece manifold. Nothing crazy there. I'm sure it might help a little. Like I said, it's got head studs. I do have valve springs in the truck, just the 60-pound valve springs, so I can rev, you know, roughly to 4,000 RPM safely. Other than that, I mean, it's not. That's pretty much, I think, all I got done to it engine-wise. So. Nothing, it's really nothing crazy, but for being a single cab, you know, it doesn't weigh terribly too much. It is actually 4-wheel drive. I guess we can get to that part now. The truck is 4-wheel drive, except I've got the rear blocks removed from the rear end from underneath the leaf springs, and those are 4.5 inches tall, I believe. Pulled those out, so now the leaf springs are sitting right on the axle. Basically just like a 2-wheel drive Ram would come from back in the day. And the front coil springs, I have 2 inches cut off of those. You know, to give it, I don't know, I like just to give the lowered look, if you will. So like I said, the truck is lowered. 4.5 inches in the rear, 2 in the front. And I guess we'll go to the transmission side, pretty much the most important piece of the puzzle for these Dodge diesel trucks. any of them basically. You know, like I said, bought the truck from the original owner. It was all stock. The guy never did anything to it. It was the original trans. The truck had 136,000 miles on it when I got it. It shifted great, worked fine. You know, I did a couple modifications to the pump, and it, you know, started, you know, the torque converter just wouldn't hold the power that it was making. But the trans miraculously still lasted, and it still shifted fine, you know, driving normally, whatever. It wasn't anything, you know, like, it never failed, I guess, that's what I'm trying to say. But anyway, this past winter, I brought the truck in the shop, pulled the transmission out myself, brought it into a local guy here who rebuilds them. He uses all Garin parts from down in Iowa, I believe they're based out of. But it's got billet input shaft, billet output shaft, triple disc torque converter. It's got all the billet accumulator pistons and, you know, the wedges and the anchors and whatever they call them inside internally. You know, I guess it performs really well for, you know, being used to that stock trans for so long. It's nice to get something that actually puts all the power to the ground. So anyway, I did that this winter, got it installed. As you can see here, I built this little mount for 2 aftermarket transmission coolers in the bed. Basically, the fluid comes in, goes around one, goes around the other, goes back to the transmission. And then I got the fans wired up on there, so I can watch my temps in the cab, turn the fans on if they ever get too hot. So far, I've only seen the trans get to like 165 degrees, so nothing crazy by any means. So, got those in there. Really like how that turned out. They work really well, and they should really prolong the life of the transmission. So those of you that haven't seen previous videos, I'll show you the interior here. It's pretty much all stock, except for I do have this TCI Outlaw gated shifter in the truck. I put that in. If you look back on my older videos, you'll see I did a whole it's basically overview and how-to video of how to install this shifter. Basically in any Dodge diesel truck. It'll probably be pretty similar for any vehicle really. And then on the side here I have AFC Live, which I can adjust all the max fueling and different things like that on the fly, instead of going under the hood and fiddling, turning screws and stuff like that. I can do it all in the cab here, so that's pretty neat. It does have gauges. I got oil pressure, fuel pressure, and boost, EGT, and trans temp on the 3-in-1 gauge there. Other than that, it's pretty much just a factory interior. It is 4-wheel drive, like I said. So, yeah. We'll set some cameras up here, show you guys how it performs. Got a little squirrely here the other day. Oops. So anyway, here we're cruising about 55, 1800-ish RPM. I'm gonna start to roll into it here. You can just kind of watch the boost gauge, the pyro. There's 2,000. Just really lightly getting into it. The spool's pretty nice. We'll get on the maximum fuel switch here, max power. Alrighty. Pull it into first. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, we're back in the shop now. Just got back in. It's actually getting dark out, so thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Be sure to give this video a like or a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. We're going to try and get a few more clips and videos of this truck posted online here. Hopefully get some cool racing shots and stuff with some buddies, cars and stuff. But anyway, you know, I want to try and get this truck to the track. I got a couple local drag strips here in Minnesota that I want to try and get to. You know, if I can get some time off on the weekends and the weather, you know, weather permitting. So, like to do that, you know, just for fun, see what the truck can do. It's kind of what it's built for, I'd like to think. So, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We're gonna catch you some other time. Be sure to stay up to date. We'll talk to you later. See ya.